Hello everybody, welcome back to Transcending Together. It's me, Alec John Belle, and I am here today to share with you something a little bit different than I usually do on this channel. Today, I am here to talk about my brand new poetry book that just came out on March 1st of 2022. It is my book, The Reckless and the Divine. Now, if you're looking at these copies, you'll probably notice that there is a not for resale banner on the books. That is because these two copies that I have here with me are proof copies, so they were early editions of the books that I received to look over and make sure that everything was okay before I approved it for Amazon publication. Yeah, I'm an author and I'm sitting here like, is publication a word? Yeah, publication's a word. So here we have the hardcover edition and we also have the paperback edition. There's also an ebook edition. And okay, so let me give you the price range. So the Amazon Kindle ebook version is $3.99. Very cheap. The paperback version is $14.99 and is Prime eligible, which means that you can get it within 1 to 2 days. The hardcover edition, however, is $19.99. The hardcover edition is not Prime eligible and takes 3 to 4 weeks to arrive to you. I have yet to figure out why that is. I don't know why the hardcover editions take so long to print. I don't know if there is a printing issue with the hardcovers. I don't know what the issue is, but I noticed that when I waited for this proof copy that it took a little bit longer for it to come. It took about a month, and I thought that it was only going to be that way for the proof copy, but then when I published it on Amazon, if you look on Amazon, it'll say that it'll take 3 to 4 weeks to deliver. So that's unfortunate. So what is The Reckless and the Divine? The Reckless and the Divine is a poetry book that's filled with poems that I have written over the last 3.5 years. And let's take a look at what the back says. It says, falling for someone who doesn't love you back, excruciating mental health issues that don't seem to want to get better, praying to a God that doesn't seem to be listening, finding the hope that lives inside each and every one of us. For the last 3 years of his life, Alec John Belle has kept track of his romances, mental health, and spirituality by writing poems. In this beautiful collection, readers will get a first look at the struggles that he went through, how he hit rock bottom, and how he was finally lifted up to the top to see the light again, as well as the divine that lives inside and all around us. This is such a personal book. It's my very first poetry book. All the other books that I've ever written have been fiction books. This is my first, really personal, just really honest piece of work, and I absolutely love it. And the reason why I'm sharing it on this channel is because a lot of the poems in here are about my spirituality and how I went from, feeling like I was just really depressed and, suicidal and wanted to end my life, to finding hope and reconnecting with my spirituality. And I think that's such a beautiful thing, and I really wanted to share that with everyone in this book. So I wanted to share a couple of poems, and there's two that I wanted to share with you. So the first one is the very first poem of the book, and it's called I Am Reckless. And it says, I am reckless, a storm brewing on the horizon, a hurricane ready to destroy, a tsunami prepared to flood. I am reckless, never leaving well enough alone, never keeping my mouth shut, never putting the blade down. I am reckless, always ready to go to battle, always capable of putting up a fight, always honored to bring them to their knees. I am reckless, the blades against my skin, the screams erupting from my throat, the cries I weep as I fall asleep. I am reckless, abandoning the soldiers when they need me most, abandoning those who love me so, abandoning those who once were friends. I am reckless, unable to be tamed, unable to be chained, unable to be changed. Reckless is all I'll ever be. That's the very first poem of the book. And then there is another poem in here that I wanted to read. Where is it? This one is called Endless Nights. To tell a story of my life is impossible, but to share the reckless hurricane I used to be is more likely. They say that the process is recovery, but what exactly am I recovering to? The child that used to dance around the house singing Jesus songs and praying every night before I slept? At what point does happiness even become familiar territory when most of my life I've wanted to die? A hurricane I was, swallowing whole all of the life that grew around me because I didn't know how to love myself the way I so desperately craved to be loved. There were some days when I couldn't even make it through without the touch of a blade to my skin because the feeling pain was so much easier than feeling unloved, unwanted, and unwelcome in this world. Through all the pain and heartbreak and loneliness, there were nights I never thought I would make it until the sun came up again. But every one of those endless nights, a new day finally arrived and I could start anew again. One day I awoke and decided that changes needed to be made, and I've spent the last 2 years working on healing. Recovery and healing are difficult for me to accept because sometimes I don't know what it is that I'm returning to. Maybe it's supposed to be a perpetual state of happiness, though I think that's unlikely. Maybe it's about redefining who I am after spending more than half my life in the mental health system. Or maybe it's simply recognizing that on endless nights, when it seems the sun just won't rise again, a new day is on the horizon and I can choose to reclaim the light as my own. So those are 2 poems from this book. There's a lot of poems in here. They're just all really personal to me, and I love them so much, and I hope that you check it out. Like I said, there's 3 different versions. You can get the ebook, the paperback, or the hardcover, whichever one you prefer. Just know that the hardcover is a little bit delayed in its production, but yeah, thank you for watching this video and listening to me read you some of these poems, and I just hope that you check it out because this is a beautiful piece of work that I have put together over the last few years, and it means so much to me, and it would mean the world to me if you would go check it out. And if you do read it, please leave an Amazon review. It would mean so much to me just knowing that people read my work and love it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you all next time. Have a good one. Bye.